Now, what is going on in India? Ever since we got independence, our leaders had a choice between socialism and capitalism. So there was Soviet Union, which was, a great example for communist socialist ideology, and on the other end was capitalist societies like the United States. Unfortunately, our leaders have chosen the wrong path of going towards socialism. And many countries have at that time. I mean, in hindsight, maybe they didn't have enough wisdom. Some countries chose one, the other countries chose the other, because those two countries were fighting, and the world is polarized. You have to choose. In a brief span of 4 or 5 decades, when British left, we thought our country will do really great. By the time of 1980s, we were thinking, wow, our life under British was so great. That is how bad the country has become. It has nothing to do with British. It has everything to do with the kind of economic policies we adopted. Right? Everything was owned by the government. You apply for a telephone, it takes 10 years. It takes 10 years to get a telephone, which is landline. You want a scooter, it takes 5 years. You book for a scooter and you have to wait for 5 years. Most of you probably are too young to know, the kind of world we used to live in. You could not export, you could not import. There were like 300% duties on the things that we wanted to get. It was very, very bad. Unemployment was high, people were poor. So it was very, very bad. And China was equally bad. China also went the path of communism. And by the time Narasimha Rao has become Prime Minister, India was so economically in distress. It was so bad. We could not even make payments. Like if you buy oil or if you buy some medicine from other countries, we have to pay in dollars, right? They won't take rupees. We had no money left at all, foreign exchange. At that point, we were forced to go through liberalization. What they mean by liberalization was, cut down all these import-export duties, let private enterprises start these, all these companies. That's when Maruti Suzuki came and other private enterprises started coming in. People were allowed to start these colleges. We didn't have that many colleges back then. It was very tightly controlled. All the government universities and maybe some government-approved colleges, and then mushrooming of all these colleges also happened. So the economy was opened up, but that only lasted for two or 3 years, from 91 to 93 or 94. And sudden prosperity has kicked in India, and tax revenue started coming in, and our foreign exchange reserves have started going up. So things have started looking up really good. And the funny thing about capitalism is, you just start, it's like a trigger, and then it starts keep on going and going and going, because people by nature are enterprising. But what is happening today is, the wealth that has been created is, again, we are going in a different path. Now we are not socialistic. I mean, we are still socialist in the sense, we still have Indian Railways, we still have public sector companies, ONGC, still Authority of India, we still have Air India, we still have BSNL, which is the telephone guys who used to manage Bharati Sanchar Nigam Limited. BSNL. BSNL is the telecom. So there's still a lot of, all the banks, State Bank of India, Punjab National Bank, which today are ruining Indian economy by giving out loans, bad loans to what they call crony capitalism, right? They give bad loans to the people that they know, the politically correct. Now what has happened is, India has seen prosperity, which is unprecedented. Now our political system is destroying whatever prosperity we have seen by going through what we call welfarism and corporatism. What I mean is, now that we have wealth created, they are taking this wealth and redistributing in a way it affects the economy. Now, what is wrong with helping poor? So, the person who, Sir John Cowperthwaite, was a financial secretary for Hong Kong. And he is the one who turned Hong Kong around through free markets. And he was immensely pressured. See, Hong Kong people had no education back then, had no money, and everybody was saying they should get free housing, they should get free education. He said no. Instead, you know what, I'm going to cut down the taxes, I'm going to make it easy for businesses for it to grow. And then today we know where Hong Kong is. Now what is going on today, in the name of winning elections, governments are going on a path of literally robbing the businesses and the people who are working hard and earning money. They take that money and distribute it to others. Now, if you take from the rich and give it to the poor, what is so bad about it? So libertarians often make moral argument. You know, earlier I said property rights. Right? We believe in protecting your property. What property is, you have earned something. Nobody should have the right to steal from it. Right? That is the essence of a property right. But I make a utilitarian argument, which is, in fact, I say it is bad for the entire society, even to take from the rich and give it to the poor. For that, you understand a very basic economic theory. How do economies grow? Okay, I said, you know, open up the markets, keep the taxation low, remove the regulation. So why does that grow the economy? Why does it how does that create high-paying jobs for people? Why do people get wealthy in such a situation? Why not in socialism? The reason is very simple. For the economy to grow, you need investments. So, you have a brilliant idea. And your idea, let's say there was no Uber, and you came up with this idea for Uber or Ola or whatever, which is location-based services, and you know it will revolutionize the transportation in the world. But you have 10,000 rupees. And it's not going to help you. I mean, how are you going to create Uber with 10,000 rupees? So you sit there and you do the math, and you know what, I need to hire 100 employees, I need to buy so many computers, I need to rent a fancy place like this, and I need 10 crores to start off, but I have 10,000 rupees. Now where does the 10 crore come from? The 10 crore comes from savings from people. That is called investment. When will you have savings? When you are allowed to keep your money with yourself. That the economy grows with savings. When you have more money with people and people are willing to invest. Why do you invest? Because you want to grow. Because you want to get wealthy. And what do investors do? So you have the great Uber idea, and all these people have 10 lakhs each saved away, and you want them to invest their money with you. What will they see? They look at the business model, they look at how great the model is, will it work, what is the risk? If I give her 10 lakhs, will she make it 20 lakhs in 2 years and give it back to me? Right? So you put all your savings into her, and she starts Uber and a great success story. Or she loses too, we don't know. Now the difference between you investing and the government investing, see, the government can invest too. The government can tax, take all your money, put it in a bag, or put it aside and say, now we will decide who to invest. Which is basically what the banks are. State Bank of India, Punjab National Bank, all of these guys are now have non-performing assets, so I think worth like 35 lakh crores or something. $150 billion of losses. That is the money they take, and they do bad investments. Why? It's somebody else's money. See, when it is your money, you are very careful about investing. You make sure, is Uber a better investment? Is Reliance a better investment? Is Microsoft a better investment? You will study because it's your money. When the government invests, it's somebody else's money. KCR will give money for sheep. Right? He spent, I think, 5,000 crores on sheep. And he said everybody will become, multi-lakh owner, because these 20 sheep will become 200 sheep, and it's like a Ponzi scheme. You understand what I'm saying? Chandrababu Naidu wants to distribute 1.4 crores of smartphones. Whose money? Your money. Will that grow the economy? If that money is with you, what you will do is you are obsessed with having more wealth. It is not a bad thing to want to have more wealth. In the process, everybody elevates. See, everybody says Bill Gates is billionaire. Jeff Bezos is billionaire. No, but how do you get billions? Today, everybody uses Amazon. You get low cost products. It's not about Jeff Bezos being billionaire. What Jeff Bezos has given back, he has given back is revolutionary, in the sense now you can sit at your home, click, 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 and you get everything delivered to your doorsteps at a very competitive price. You can price compare, you can go to 3 other websites. It's revolutionary. So maybe he made billions, but he gave great service back. But his billions is not sitting there and eating all the money. Do you know what he does with his billions? Do you know what all these billionaires do with their business? They reinvest. They reinvest. They're either investing in their business, their startups. Like the Virgin guy is shooting rockets into space. The Virgin Atlantic. Why? He has money and he's investing in space travel. And this is how what the money with private enterprise does. It works towards growing, creating more jobs. You take the story of Satyam, Infosys, they start very small. So the point is, the more money with you, with the people, the more you will invest, the more economy grows. And then when you try to start Uber, then you say, see, Uber, the idea of Uber was anybody should be able to pick up anybody else. It was not supposed to be a taxi service. It could be as simple as, I am going to work and I go from LB Nagar to High Tech City and I am alone in my car. And what if I pick another 4 people? Why should I just drive alone with 4 empty seats? Right? And I can just take 4 people and they all chip in 50 rupees or 100 rupees each. And it pays for your petrol. You have saved the environment, right? And you get to the work and it's beautiful. I mean, now your cost of travel has come down. You know what? Try to do that. They'll put you in jail. That is what I'm calling regulation. Why do they put you in jail? They say you're a taxi service. Even though you're a private individual trying to pick up 4 people and going. How do I know this? Recently, from LB Nagar to Vijayawada, some people have started this service of driving, picking up. LB Nagar, a lot of people go to Vijayawada by getting in the buses. They come in the morning at 5 o'clock. They say, we are going to Vijayawada, get in my car, you each pay up 500 rupees. In AC car, they'll take them to Vijayawada. They were arrested, fined, vehicle seized. This is what I'm saying regulation does. Unnecessary regulation. So you start a great service called Uber and you want to pick up your neighbors and go, you take money from them. It says, no, you can't do that. You have to come to us, get a license. When we give you a license, give me a bribe. Right? Rent seeking. It's human nature. See, you all will think they are evil. No, when given power, that is what human beings do. What we say is, instead of saying corruption is bad, eliminate the situation where it creates the opportunity for corruption. You get rid of the law. You simply get rid of the law. You go to the airport, you are flying somewhere, you are like literally worried, who's going to catch me, what will they do? Big deal, you bring 2 whiskey bottles and they're going to catch you. They're watching, are you bringing cigarettes, how much gold are you bringing in? Right? And what they will do, they'll catch you, you give them a bribe and they'll let you go. These are the regulations that kill our economy.